since we Justin brought his copy still in the shrink wrap down to the bunker, I fell in love with this little game. Keymaster Games, Parks, 1 to 5 players, ages 10 and up, 30 to 60 minutes. So they say. And once you kind of know what's going on, yeah, 30 to 60 minutes is fairly reasonable. I just found it a really tranquil game to play. It was just nice. Maybe the mood was right. Maybe the group was right. I don't know. But taking that away, it remains a very well thought out, very pretty little game that works. It has, to my mind, flavours of Tokido, the sort of one where you're the pilgrims going along the road and you're sort of doing landscapes and getting souvenirs at the different little stops and coins and things like that there. Or possibly hints, dare I say, a dash of spice, akin to Spice Road. That is not to say it is like those games, but if you're familiar with those games and you play this, I think there's a resonance of elements of that kind of gameplay comes through, but completely doing its own little thing with this too. And probably, as with many games now, there's little nuances that are sort of borrowed, suggested, inspired by other games. I think it's almost impossible to get away from that now. However, many of you, I dare say, will have already been familiar with Parks, or if, like me, you tend to sort of scoot through the online stuff and that and go, oh, Parks, not really, I like Parks, but, I don't go to them often. You maybe overlooked it, as I did, and, I'm padding here as I try to get the cellophane to come off, and it just won't come off. Yeah, let's give in and get the keys out. Haha. Resist me no more. So lovely box art as well. Out you come. This did go to Kickstarter, done obviously really quite well. But as far as I know, and I could be mistaken, as far as I know, and I could be mistaken, this has all the finagries of Kickstarter in it. Just to read back a bit for you. Hike the trails and visit the national parks. Easy setup and storage. Parks celebrates the national parks around the US with art from the 59 Parks print series. Players take on the role of 2 hikers as they trek across a new trail each season to see sights and visit parks. Each journey is unique, with gear, canteens and photos earned along the way. Welcome to Parks. Contents. Here we go. Rulebook, board, 48 tarot park cards, 82 small cards, 12 trail tiles, 5 campfires, 10 hikers, 30 sunshine, 30 water, 16 mountains, 16 forests, 12 wildlife, 24 photos, 1 camera and 1 enamel first hiker. A donation is made to the National Park Service for each game bought. So take off the lid, and this, yeah, it's a really snug little box. Again, with beautiful art inside too, in case I didn't show you that already. And then we've got our little rule book, Parks rule book, where you can watch the vids on it too. Nice little dinky rule book, just made to fit in and no more. And I'm obviously familiar with this already. This isn't really like a true unboxing. This is more like a fanboy gush because I've seen all this already. So I know that it's laid out really well. I know that they go to great pains to sort of take you through everything. I don't recall whenever we played it, Justin really struggling. He sort of, his first time playing it too, and he like went, oh yeah, you do that. Oh yeah, you do that. So yeah, it's all nice and clear and visual. It's the game isn't about how tricky the game is. It's about you making your choices and timing and trying to gather those resources to kind of win the parks that you want to get. So we got a little bonus sort of postcard here, which is the cover, as you can see there, and a little ad on the back about the 59 parks. And then we've got these really lush little component boards. And I just like the fact that even at the background, it's done with like the wood effect. So, you know, it's as if your little tokens are sort of sitting on a wooden park bench or something. So we've got our camera token, we've got the campfire tokens, and one of the trail tokens here, and the end tile. And then the next board gives us a few more of the trail tokens, another one of the campfires, and then these are the cardboard tokens that refer to the creatures in the different parts. The cardboard tokens, if I remember correctly, are superseded by upscaled wooden tokens, recycled wooden tokens. And it reminds you at the bottom of each bit to recycle as well. Just drop one, just bounced out. Well, these are the photographs. Sorry, yeah, these are the photographs. These are worth a point, a victory point. That's right. These are the photographs that you can take with the camera at viewpoints, and you just draw out of the trays for those. And the backs as well. All, I mean, we've got our points scored on these, but the backs of all the tiles of the trail, so you don't know which one you're drawing. This is lush. Okay, this is just lush. Now I don't know how clear this is to you. These are the storage trays, and they're made to look like logs. And I just love this. It's embossed with parks. It's also embossed with a wood grain effect as well. And the top pops off, and then again, now when this penny dropped on us when we were playing it, little wildlife tokens, okay, there's moose and bear and bats and things like that. These are the wild tokens. The wild tokens, they can be any token, and they're wildlife. That's brilliant. You will appreciate that, or just leave. So we've got mountains, we've got sunshine, we've got trees. We've got trees. We've got upside down trees. We've got trees, and we've got water, the use of which will become abundantly clear. And then this little spare tray is for the photographs to be lined up in. So there's two of those, so you can have them at opposite ends of the table, so people will share. One of the little things about the game that was sort of realised tail end of the first game, if you're going onto a tile and you're supposed to take a sunshine token or a mountain token or whatever, or pay one, and you can't pay it or collect it because there are none left to pull, you can't stop on that tile, you can't go there. You can't go to a tile if you can't complete or pay for the action. Now, gratuitously unnecessary but absolutely lovely is the little player board. And this kind of mimics what you've seen with the punch boards, where the tokens look as if they're sitting on the park bench table. This is the park bench table. So it reminds you here, straight on the board, of the seasons and the turn sequence. We've got a deck for the canteens, a deck for the seasons. Down here is where the gear cards go. The park deck will go here, and the upturned available parks or visible parks will be here. And then along the bottom is where you'll build these little sort of arrow-shaped tiles that suggest the route that you're walking. They're arrows as well because they're telling you to go down. No, not with me on that. When you go for like a nature walk, there's always little park signs and little arrows and tell you trail this way. So that's what they're doing. Some people just can't place them. Down into the bottom here then. Whee! And again, we've got a perfect little tray, and it is just absolutely snug. We've got the year cards here, we've got the event cards, we've got the park cards, we've got space here for something. I can't remember what. Well, these are tokens. Oh, it's the player tokens, because they're just like lurking in here at the minute. Yes, the player tokens will go in here because this little arrow-shaped bit refers to the arrows that we were speaking of earlier. So those cards will go in here, and the campfires will go in. Will we just do this so that you can see what I mean? So the little wooden hikers, little meeple hikers, but they've got little pictures of the hikers on them too. It's just so cute. So they'll live in there. Oh, the enamel first player token. So it's like a park keeper badge nearly. Any way the wind blows, That's just nice. It's totally unnecessary, but it's just lovely, and it might as well be there. And it's got a little space for it too. So those guys live in there. And then if we do this really quickly, okay, let's try and do this super fast. So campfire, we'll put all the photographs down over here. This is slightly more than a normal unboxing would require at all. We don't normally sort of pop the bits and put them away, but I kind of respect this game and I love this game and I want it to feel loved and wanted from its first opening, rather than sort of, right, well, we fitted it now, throw it in the corner, we'll look at that later on, we've got stuff to do. No, we're going to respect the game and respect the parks. So that's the photographs all punched out. More little arrowy pathways. Woo. We'll put them in the recycling later. So we've got a big start tile and that goes in there. And we've got a big end tile. And as far as I remember, when I put the last of these fires in, it will go in there, like so. Then we've got this camera. I can't remember where the camera goes. Does the camera go under one of the decks? Yeah, it does. There's actually a little space embossed with the picture of the camera. And it pops in there, like that. There's not a little tray there for something? Maybe not. And then the storage trays that we had will house the photographs. It doesn't really matter about the photographs. You don't really need to shuffle them up for the game or like that. They're all just worth 1 point. The only reason you might want to kind of do something is some weirdo playing the game wants to have like a different photograph for each time. And there is like different pictures for all the different views. Maybe that's a nice thing to have too. Maybe there's additional rules that we've just never bothered reading for having like one of each photograph. Who cares? It's beautiful. So that's them in like that. That's all for recycling over there. And then I think your board folds up. Rule book, board pops in there because there's two little pegs to stop the rule book or the board floating, and that keeps all the bits down. Put down your rule book. Put in your 2 tree stumps. There you go. You're good to go. It's lush. Since we're here, okay, for no other reason than because we are here, and because it is so pretty, let's just do this a second, shall we? So there's our board for sake of argument. Whenever you're starting the game, there's you'll take a certain number of these tiles. Now there always is the start tile, which is the trailhead. Okay. Each season you'll add another one to it. I think it starts with 6, so like we'll just 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. And there's the end of the trail. And then these guys will go out in any old order. You just pop them down like so, okay? And each point represents a different place on the trail. And this one's got water symbols on it, this one's got sunshine, copy, the tree, the sun and water, a parks action, or buy gear. Basically, the first person to arrive there can do that thing. There is the year cards. And out they pop. Now this is basically the seasons deck, okay? So these guys here, they're a bit of a mixture here. So we've got the season cards. It's a lovely texture to these. It's like a silk print kind of fabric-y feel going on. And they are just, again, very, very lovely to look at, lovely to feel. Season deck will go here. Our canteens will go up here. This is our seasons here, sorry. These are year cards. Just to remind myself what these were. Personal bonus. Oh yeah, these can get dealt out these are the ones that you're trying to achieve, like personal goals. Forgot about those. The event cards and gear cards should be in here then. Yeah, sticking to me. So gear should be nearly all of these, I think. Yeah, there we go. Here's our gear cards, go there. Event cards are just off to the side. Things that can crop up, keep these handy because you're going to need them. Parks cards, now obviously I'm not shuffling any of these, just sort of setting this up to give you a little bit of an idea on the visual aspect of it. Okay, so the parks go there, and you'll have 3 parks out at the start. And I suppose to be fair, I mean, again, these are absolutely gorgeous, but one of the big features of this game is the beautiful artwork on these parks cards. It is absolutely, and I think I'm right in saying, without exception, every card is a work of art in its own little right, and just very, very lovely to look at. There's a pleasure in owning this game and just sitting and going through the cards. That's kind of how satisfying these are. So you'll be able to draw blind at the reserve park phase, or these ones will be out. Everyone will set their hikers up along here, up at the trailhead, and you'll have 2 hikers each, depending on how many of you are playing. You know, you pop them all out. Okay, so we'll just throw a few of these out anyway. As long as we've got at least two colours out, 2 greens and 2 purples, that's fine. We'll work with that. The camera you might need, and everyone will get the campfire of their respective meeple colour too. We'll explain that in a little mojo. So set that off for a second. Some gear will be turned up and available straight away, like so. And everyone will get a year card, as I say, and the year card will be like a personal objective. It's an extra few points if you're able to do what the year card says. It can be visit 3 parks worth 4 to 5 points, because I'm reading it. Or have 12 of one type of resource across your visited parks, and you'll get X number of points for that. So it's personal bonuses, and if you're able to achieve them, it's kind of extra money in the bank or extra kudos at the end of the game without your opponents necessarily knowing what you're trying to do. Season card will get turned over, and it will tell you what the weather pattern is going to be. The weather pattern simply means that you take the appropriate tokens and copy this little pattern out, skipping the first tile. So this one here is sunshine, water, sunshine. So all that means is that we would go on the second sunshine, water, sunshine. No, sunshine, water, sunshine. And then it will again be sunshine, water, and then we've run out of parks at the minute. So that's it. First player is normally the person who's most recently visited a park, climbed a mountain. Whatever way you want to settle on it, you can go for that. And you will choose one of your meeples, and they will move down the track. And you can move them 1, 2, 3. The only thing you can't do is land somewhere where somebody already is, and you can't go backwards. If you land somewhere or want to land somewhere where somebody already is, the only way to do that is to sacrifice your campfire and put it underneath the location. But in simple terms, you would take your meeple, take the green guy here, and pop on to say blue, like so. Now you don't get anything extra here, but you will get 2 water tokens. So you'd gather 2 water tokens, and you take them over to your side, and that'll be your play would go on. And each person will move 1 or both of their hikers along until they have collected the resources here. The likes of the copy tile, somebody drops onto that, they can spend 1 water back into the bank to copy an action on any other tile. Even if it's the tile that their other pawn is on, they can do that. Or if we're down here at this one, you can do a buy gear or a parks action, and the gear along here has a value that you'll pay for it, and what it does, and if you're able to pay the cost, you'll take the gear and you'll start to benefit from that. And there are things like they'll get you extra weather tokens for a particular symbol, or you can trade weather tokens in for wild tokens, things like that. Now, what are you trying to do? These parks, you're wanting to be the person that's visited the most or the biggest or the best kind of parks, and all the parks have a resource value at the bottom and a points value, so 2, and it's 1 mountain and 2 sunshine. So if at here at the park section, or more appropriately visit a park, I wanted to claim this, I would need to be able to put into the bank 1 mountain token and 2 sunshine tokens, and that will become a visited park for me. And at the end of the game, I'll score those points and a replacement park will come out. Now, I might have got a lot of the way to gathering the resources, but not quite nailed it, and be quite fearful that somebody else is going to sort of see the park I'm after and try and take it from me. So instead, what I can do is I can go to reserve a park. And if I go to reserve a park, I'll take the park that I'm working towards, and it'll go sort of landscape style on my score pile because I haven't earned it yet. And then in a subsequent turn, I can move another pawn down to visit a park or take a park action. And at that point, if I've now gathered resources, I can pay those, and that then tilts to portrait style, and I visited that park and claimed it, and a different park comes out. As the game progresses, each season, once everyone's got down and finished here, we will add another one of the trail tiles to it. They'll all be shuffled up, and the trail will get longer as the season gets longer and longer and longer until they're all out and the year is over. And once that's complete, everyone tallies up their points and you see who's won. It's kind of as simple as I've been a little bit superficial on a few aspects of it, because canteens, for example, I haven't mentioned canteens. Canteens are kind of bonus cards, and you can claim them, and whenever you earn water tokens in a tile, you can fill your canteen, but only at the time you earn the water. And whatever the canteen offers, you will there and then get. And then at the end of each season, you can empty your canteens, and those are kind of sitting geared up, ready to be refilled, and you earn the resources or the bonus, whatever it happens to be, out of each of those. And there's a whole host. Canteens, we kind of first game thought maybe they can make or break the game, and then second game, sort of 2 or 3 people went for canteens. They didn't really seem to matter. I think the first game, 1 person latched onto them, so they got a lot of canteens. So the canteens really benefited them, and nobody else bothered. And that was a little bit of an imbalance in that regard. But that was stupidity more on everyone else's part, just letting 1 person hog all those kind of free resources going on. Once everybody's down here as well, it's the end of the season, and you will replenish, my brain's going, yes, you'll replenish your campfires, you get those back as well, and a new season card will come out, and a new weather pattern as a result of that. And there will also be on occasion an extra bonus, like add water to 3 current parks. So that would be these here, would all get a water token onto them as well. So the minute somebody reserves them or visits them, they would get an extra water token into their kitty too. The wild tokens are normally earned through some of these tiles or card effects, and things like the deer and the elk. And these are beautiful little tokens in their own right. But these are, as the name suggests, wild, and they can be any symbol. So, you know, if I had a fistful of these, you know, I come up to claim this card and just go, well, there's 3 wild tokens. Yay, that one's mine. Now, it maybe doesn't sound that awe-inspiring or that dramatic. It's not a dramatic, action-filled game. It's not a game where you can really sort of seek to outsmart your opponents and, you know, drive them into the ground. This is just a nice, chillax kind of game. There is thinky to it. There's a bit of sort of resource management going on. There's edge in your bets. Sometimes it pays to draw blind on a park, maybe get a more expensive park, higher points value. Might pay to hold off claiming some of the early parks and hope that better ones, higher value ones come out. Certainly you want to balance between getting gear and getting canteens, but they will cost you resources that you could otherwise spend on getting parks too. So there's a bit of thinking, But there is a satisfaction everyone finds in sort of when you're sitting playing the game and you're starting to see the panorama of the places that you've visited in the game start to spread out before you and see the ones that other people have got. It's just a nice feeling. It's a friendly, happy game for most people. I'm sure somebody out there will probably mess it up. But that's it. That's the gist of Parks. As I say, there's no big rocket science to this game. It's not about being the cleverest. It's not about being the fastest. You need to be a little bit shrewd and clever at what's going down here. But in probably our third game, one of the guys joined in. He hadn't played any of the earlier sessions, and he didn't really listen to the explanation, but he just kind of plodded along, and you know, sort of said, well, how's it going? I don't really know what I'm doing, but I'm kind of enjoying doing it. And I mean, I think that says something. It wasn't that he wasn't enjoying it, or he certainly wasn't. He just hadn't really paid attention. He didn't really care. He just was wanting to be part of the group that evening. But he was just kind of enjoying the experience, and probably, enjoying the group dynamic as well. So you go, that is Parks. It's just lovely, and I hope you will all like it as much as we like it, because it's just a pretty perfect, happy little game that deserves to be played, and deserves nice people playing it and you to feel happy playing it. Does that make sense? There we go. You're not going to crush empires and destroy planets, and you're not allowed to burn the parks down. You're just going to have a good time, and it's easier than going for a walk. Thanks for watching. Stay tuned for more.